It is Coaches Week here in Community in Focus. Now, the high school football team, season, it's right around the corner. And the teams, they're preparing for yet another season. Well, we're highlighting those teams from around our region this week. Today, we're heading over to Saline County, the Harrisburg Bulldogs, coming off 4 straight playoff appearances and led by Coach Matt Griffith. Now, Coach, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. We love talking football, especially this week. It's a down week.
Yes.
Now, I have to look at the actual, what it's called. It's commonly known as Dead Week. What does that mean?
So with IHSA, they give you the last week of July to be your camp week. And that's what we just got off of. And we get into the first week of August, and it's the dead week. No sports, no connection with players. Everybody's off. It's kind of started with that idea of like you're progressing from summer into the fall. And so that idea of like give them some rest, give them some time, and then you come back in the first full week of August and you just hit the ground running.
Get right back into it. Okay, well that makes a lot of sense. And especially with the heat, like you said, transition into school.
Right.
It's nice to have a week of some calm time.
Calm down. Yeah, from coaches to players, family time. You know, our family's got a couple of vacations coming up, so it's nice to kind of deep breath for the hecticness of football kicking
I bet.
in.
Yeah, I was going to say for coaches too, this has to be a good week where you can kind of recharge your battery ahead of the season.
Absolutely.
Well, so the Bulldogs have a loaded schedule this year. More than half of your opponents, is this right, made the playoffs a year ago? How do you prepare for that?
It's kind of the thing that we've always said since we've taken over. This will be 4th year going in, 5th year going in.
Okay.
Where every game's like a playoff game. Everything you prepare for, that's how we take it. You don't look past the team. You know, the usual coach's mentality of like, you got to prepare for it all. But absolutely, when you get into our schedule, between the DuQuoins and the Murphys and the Cartervilles and the Bentons, we play a very tough schedule, in our opinion. You know, we're adding Breeze Mater Day, we're adding Jerseyville, mid-state teams that play very tough schedules. So, you know, even when a team you're looking at them has struggled the past couple of years, you can't look past or count off a team. So the attention to detail, the focus, a little different this year. We graduated a lot of seniors last year.
Really?
Yep, we
had
a
young team.
A young team coming up, or we have the veterans who are now seniors who had a little bit of playing time that are in that starting role. So going from last year having 10 of our defensive starters as seniors to this year with a lot of young bucks and everything coming up. So the challenge is hey, yeah, they're young and we're learning, but the schedule dictates that you're ready to go.
Well, and hopefully you see those seniors this year step up in those leadership roles.
Absolutely. We've seen that already in this camp. We've seen some guys that are kind of quiet. We're hopeful that they would kind of bloom and take over, and they have. Juniors have stepped up. And we're even fortunate to have some of the sophomores come in and be ready to go too.
That's great. All right, upperclassmen, get on it out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I mean, we're in the middle, we're coming off of summertime, but it has been like an excruciatingly hot summer.
Yes.
Has that had an impact on your practices?
Absolutely. With the new guidelines, there's a thing called a wet bulb.
Wet bulb,
And so with the heat, humidity, temperature, all that stuff plays into it. This past week, we've had to go early in the morning, late at night. We've had to go all over the place just to try to fit in a practice. We've had 7 a.m. practices. We've had 8 p.m. practices under the lights. But the great part of it is the weather's equalizer. Everyone's got to deal with it.
So that's true.
Deep breath and get what you can done.
The great equalizer, the weather.
Yes.
Well, that's a great point, though. And I mean, everybody's trying to fit in practices when they can and around with the wet bulb test.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Well, I mean, the season doesn't officially start for what, about three weeks, right?
Yep.
But you have an exhibition game that we want to talk about,
Absolutely.
Right?
Really excited about it. We started being able to do this a couple years back. We're taking on Marion. I'm from there originally.
Yeah.
So a lot of the coaches that are on staff coached me when I was in high school. So one of those kind of like, we really got to show up and show out for it. But I love the Marion staff and Coach Dunning to death. They've been nothing but gracious and helpful as, in my young coaching.
Well, and yes, Coach Dunning, fantastic. We had him on the show yesterday.
Yes.
He's great. So much positive energy.
Yeah.
But another thing about the exhibition game, right? Does what raised there? It goes to a good cause. Is that
Absolutely,
right?
Yep.
Okay.
We've had the decision. You go from whether you call it a purple and white scrimmage. We used to call it the soap bowl.
Yep.
We used to raise it for kids. Now we've used it. The 4 C's is our food pantry over in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
And so past 4 years, we've taken that as a $1 entry or canned food or any donation you want to bring it, and we donate it to them. And I've been beyond proud and humbled by the community of Harrisburg and how well our community have supported not only our team, but those in need. And Coach Dunning and the Wildcats have upped it. They said they're coming over and they're going to help us with that donation.
Of course they did.
It's a huge thing. It just shows you right there that we have a lot of good coaches in not just in Harrisburg, but in Southern Illinois, that it's bigger than football and it's being able to help out the communities.
Yeah, absolutely. You can have a great rivalry, but at the end of the day, we're all Southern Illinoisans.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
Coach. Well, thank you so much for coming on, giving us a little insight into Harrisburg football this year. Good luck this season.
Appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. No, our pleasure.